Hi, Raushan. Today we'll be studying this chapter, the physical divisions of India. Okay, so once again, the rule is the same. You open the book right now and get on to that chapter, the physical divisions of India. Okay, now this chapter starts with on your marks section. You see that box over there? It has got this five fill in the blanks. I'm expecting that you should be knowing some of that. You probably may not be knowing all of them, but then some of them definitely you should be knowing. Okay, so I'm leaving it up to you to fill it. Now you have to find the answers for it. Probably, while we complete this chapter, you may end up getting the answers. Okay, so that will also determine how focused you were while I was talking. Okay, so just make sure that this is your assignment from the beginning right now. Okay, and this is general knowledge. Okay, so the physical divisions of India. Now, what do you mean by the word physical? Physical means something that you can see, you can touch, you can feel. Okay, so India, for example, let me just give you a very small example. What is the physical division of your flat? Okay, so your physical division of the flat is that, let's say your flat is divided into a kitchen, into bedrooms, into living room, into terrace, into balcony. So like that, your flat is physically divided. You know where the kitchen is, for example, right? So same way, if I tell you, looking at the map of India, where is Goa, you can point, okay, here on the map of India, right? So that's what we are going to learn, the physical division of India. Okay, fine. If I say that this is my country, so okay, fine, this is, let's say, Punjab, this is Maharashtra, Goa, this is the West Bengal, those kind of signs. This is Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh. So that's what we are going to learn right now. So that's the introduction to even understand the meaning of the heading. Okay, now I'm reading. Like, the rule is I'll read and then we'll discuss. And be ready with your pencil because we have to underline a lot of things. This is one of my favorite topics, by the way. India is the seventh largest and second most populated country in the world. India is the seventh largest and the second most populated country in the world. Okay. It stretches for about 3,214 kilometers from north to south. Okay. The distance from the top point of India to the bottom point of India is almost 3,214 kilometer, and from east to west it is 2,993 kilometer. Okay, now these numbers are very important. Okay, you have to underline, in fact, this entire thing. Why? Because this is talking about the facts right now. These are the factual, the real information. Okay, that India is the seventh largest and the second most populated country in the world. Or from north to south, India's length is roughly about 3,214 kilometer, and from east to west it is about 2,993 kilometers. So these are numbers, the real numbers. You should be knowing it word by word. Being located in the southern part of Asia. Okay, now India is a part of Asian continent, So being located in the southern part of Asia, India is surrounded by three sides. Okay, if you have the map of India right now, yeah, you should be having, I think Baba has. Okay, India is surrounded three sides by water. Bay of Bengal in the east, Arabian Sea in the west, and the Indian Ocean in the south. Okay, the different landforms divide the country into different physical divisions. Understand this word. The different land forms. Okay, if you break this word landforms, land is what? The surface, the earth. Forms means how you look like. So different land forms. Okay, that means different type of areas divide the country into different physical division. And I told you, what do you mean by physical division? That physically you can see, okay, fine, this is where Goa is, this is where Karnataka is, this is where Tamil Nadu is, So different type of landforms divide the country into different type of physical divisions. We will explore this even further. So the first paragraph talks about what? India is the seventh largest country in the world, largest by area, okay? Then India is the second most populated country in the world. Okay. The length of India from north to south is 3,214 kilometers. I'll ask you these questions, okay? And the width or the breadth from east to west, India is 2,993 kilometer. India is surrounded from three parts. See, if let's say this is India, okay? If this is India, my palm is India. So this part of India, and bottom part of India, okay? This is surrounded by water, okay? So which means on the east you have Bay of Bengal, on the west you have Arabian Sea, and down bottom you have Indian Ocean. Now write the questions which you have to find the answers for. Which is the largest country in the world? Write it down. Which is the largest country in the world? Second question. Which is the most populated country in the world? Which is the most populated country in the world? And the third question is, tell one Indian state which is on the western side of India. Okay, name one Indian state which lies on the western side. Now western side you have Arabian Ocean, so that means a state which is close to Arabian Ocean. You should be knowing it, I know, but then this is just, this you will be telling me separately. You can send me the voice note with these answers. You have to find it. Even if you refer to Google or you ask Baba or Mama, I am absolutely fine as long as you get it, okay? Moving on, now the Himalayas, okay? So I told you just now, if let me show you in a better way. Where is India? Do we have an India? Okay, fine. Okay, so if this is India, I told you that this side, and the bottom side, this all is sea. So now we'll be talking about the top north. The Himalayas. The northern boundary of the country is covered by mountains. Okay, they are known as the Northern Mountains. They include the Himalayas, Karakoram, and some hill ranges in the northeast. The Sanskrit word Himalaya means abode of ice. Now, the Sanskrit word, first you do one thing, I'm once again reading. The northern boundary, see, your house is surrounded, right? Where you stay right now, your flat is surrounded by walls, okay? You just don't leave it open like that, okay? That if there are no walls, it's not a house, it's just a shed. It's just a kind of shelter, but it's not a house, right? So we have boundaries. Same way, country. India is your house, India is your country. So it has three, the bottom line, the bottom part is surrounded by ocean, this side by sea, this side by sea. So, take that as a wall. This is India, here we have sea, here we have sea, here we have sea. So the only thing left is here. So this northern is surrounded by Himalayas, by mountains, okay? And then underline this, they include the Himalayas, Karakoram. One second, somebody's here. Sorry about that break. Okay, so what we were discussing is, once again, okay, yeah, so they include Himalayas, Karakoram, and hill ranges in the northeast. Now this is very important, okay? Just underline this. The Sanskrit word Himalaya means abode of ice. Underline the word abode. What do you mean by abode? Abode means house. Okay, just in case if you don't know, abode means house. So house of ice. It has a lot of ice. You must have seen the images of Jammu Kashmir and those kind of states. I mean, we have never been to that place, but then we have seen it, right? So it is all ice covered, snow covered. So abode of ice, Himalaya in Sanskrit, that is the meaning. Moving on, next paragraph now. Look into the book. The Himalayas is a majestic mountain range. It is the highest and one of the longest mountain ranges in the world. It extends for about 2,400 kilometers from east to west and its width varies from 400 kilometers in Kashmir to 150 kilometers in the northeast. In India, it stretches in a curve from Jammu Kashmir to Arunachal Pradesh, and that's how it separates India and China through a natural boundary. Now see, this is very confusing, I can understand for you right now. But the Himalayas is a majestic mountain range. When you say the word majestic, you're talking about a huge, that's what majestic is. Like, splendid, huge, humongous. These are some more adjectives for this. So Himalayas is a majestic mountain range, and it is the highest and one of the longest. See, Himalayas is the highest, okay, and one of the longest. There are other long mountain ranges as well, which we will study further, okay. But the highest mountain range, if anybody asks you, is Himalaya. Himalaya is a Sanskrit word. What is the meaning in Sanskrit of Himalaya? Abode of ice or house of ice, okay. So yeah, the Himalaya is the highest and one of the longest mountain ranges, and it extends for about 2,400 kilometers from east to west, which means if this is, where is India? Okay, if this is India, and if Himalaya starts from up north, let's say somewhere here, it goes on and on and on and on, almost 2,400 kilometers, within India and beyond India as well, by the way, okay. So these are the numbers, which you have to underline, because these numbers I can't change. These are numbers. Now you can't ask me why 2,400 kilometers. They are, so better you learn them, okay. There's no logic. People have measured it, they have come up with the figure, and it's like, right. So you underline these important piece of informations, that for how far is Himalayas extended, then you can say for 2,400 kilometers from Kashmir to Arunachal Pradesh, okay. And it separates India and China through a natural boundary, okay. It separates India and China through a natural boundary. Like how we are separated from our immediate neighbor, Mr. Nayak, how we are separated through a wall. So same way how India and China is separated through this mountain range, okay. You don't have to build a wall for it. God has given you, okay. Let's change the page, and next page I'll take in part 2.